Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the campus of Huntington High School, where tonight we will bring our first video stream broadcast from Huntington High School for softball, and it's a My Town matchup between the Timberwolves of Spring Valley, the Highlanders of Huntington High. It's the second appearance for Huntington High softball here on My Town TV, as they opened the season last week at Cabell Midland, a game we had right here on My Town TV, and now the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves will make their first appearance in softball action here on My Town here tonight at Huntington High. We're going to take our first break as we're getting ready for action here at Huntington High. You're watching the My Town matchup between Huntington and Spring Valley here on My Town TV. We'll be back right after this.
Whoa, hey, fellas. You know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
John?
Now entering Clarks, number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Drayton Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him. From Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, refresh, fuel.
Clarks.
Ashland Credit Union is proud to offer 10 $1,000 scholarships to empower students taking the next steps on their journey. See website for more details or email scholarships@ashlandcu.org for more information.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking, with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors, starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan Home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for 2.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
I was tired, wasn't getting very good sleep. I was dragging. I think deep down I knew something was wrong. Felt quite a bit of pain in my chest. Next thing you knew, I was doing a heart cath. I absolutely felt better immediately. Right back to work Monday morning with no kind of complications whatsoever. I know a lot about heating and air conditioning, but you guys are the ones that know about hearts.
Inspired Heart Care at UK King's Daughters.
Thinking about what's next after high school? Ashland Community and Technical College offers medical assisting, business administration, computer-aided drafting and design, college transfer, and more. Learn more at ashland.kctcs.edu.
Welcome back to the Ashland Credit Union pregame show here on My Town TV. Spring Valley and Huntington High, as this game tonight, this My Town matchup, is fueled by Clark's Pump and Shop and presented by Big Sandy Superstore. First time we've had a girls softball My Town matchup here at Huntington High. Excited to have Huntington High and Cabell Midland as in the stable of the My Town partner schools. Brings us to 7 for this baseball and softball season. Spring Valley, one of our new schools that we added this sports season, will be the opponent today. Spring Valley, the Timberwolves coming in with a record of 1-2, have a victory at Capitol back on, and that was last Friday, and on Saturday they dropped 2, one to Sims Valley out of Ohio and one at Point Pleasant, a 5-0 defeat to Sims Valley, 4-2 defeat to Point Pleasant. Very quickly for Spring Valley and their batting order today, it'll be Layla Marshall leading off and playing third base. Emily Smith will be in center field. Addie Walls will be at shortstop. Batting fourth will be Patton Dishman, but she'll be behind the plate. Addie Lowe and Ryan Ellis will be in the circle and bat sixth. Katie Dallas will be the designated player, will bat seventh. Zoe Rice in left field, and Macy Green at second base, and Peyton Sullivan will play first base. So again, your defensive alignment Ellis in the circle, Dishman behind the plate. From third around to first, it'll be Marshall, Walls, Green, and Sullivan. From left around to right, it'll be Rice, Smith, and Lowe for the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves. So we're going to take a second break here of the Ashland Credit Union pregame show. We will be back and preview and give you the lineups for the Huntington Highlanders, the home team here tonight on MyTown TV.
We know your time is valuable. That's why banking should be easy. With personal alerts on our banking app, you can be notified of what's important to you. People's Bank, working together, building success.
I'm David Salisbury, your current District 1 County Commissioner, and I ask for your support in the May 19th primary. Our physical court has driven economic growth through tourism, bringing new opportunities and investment to our community. From the new racetrack to our new 100,000 square foot sports complex, not to mention hosting 2 of the top 5 concerts in Kentucky, Rock the Country and Healing Appalachia. I am your 24/7 commissioner working for you every day. Humbly, I ask for your vote on the May 19th primary. Proven results, steady leadership, and continued success.
I'm Jamie Reese, your Boyd County Sheriff, and on May the 19th, I respectfully ask for your vote because protecting your families is not political, it's personal.
All right, folks, we are back, getting closer and closer to the first pitch of this one here, a MyTown matchup. First ever video stream here from Highlanders softball here in Huntington, West Virginia. It's a MyTown matchup between Spring Valley and Huntington High. The Highlanders come in with a record of 0-2 on the season. They dropped opening game at Cabell Midland 11-0, and then dropped another one at Wayne last Friday, an 8-1 defeat. So for Huntington High, we'll run down their lineup and batting order for tonight. Aubrey Thomas will lead off and play shortstop. Mila Miller will be in center field and will bat second. Amira Stubblefield will bat third and play first base. Macy McGinnis will be behind the plate. Ellie Fay will be in right field. Riley Hedrick will be in the circle. Jayla King will bat seventh and play third base. Marie Chung in left field will bat eighth, and Alani Sharp will bat ninth and play second base. So again, for your defensive alignment for Huntington High, Hedrick in the circle, McGinnis behind the plate. From third around the first, it's King, Thomas, Sharp, and Stubblefield. Left to right is Chung, Miller, and Fay. Want to remind everyone tonight, we also will have baseball action here from Huntington High as Spring Valley takes on Huntington High. Scheduled first pitch by schedule is at 7 p.m. Ryan Parker will be bringing you that one. Also have baseball action over in Kentucky. My town partner school, Round County, the Vikings will be taking on Boyd County at 6 p.m. Nathan Rivers scheduled to bring you that one, 6 o'clock, first pitch. Real quickly, we'll run down the rest of the week for you. Lots of games and lots of action here on MyTown TV. As on Tuesday, softball action will be Greenup County at Ashland and Wayne at Spring Valley in baseball tomorrow night. On Wednesday, baseball will be George Washington at Cabell Midland at 6 o'clock. Hurricane at Cabell Midland on softball at 5:30. Thursday will be Ashland at Greenup County in baseball, Russell at Greenup County in softball, and Boyd County at Rowan County in softball, all three of those games on Thursday night, scheduled for a 6 p.m. first pitch. We're getting closer and closer. I think what we're waiting for now is our umpires here at Huntington High so they can get here and we can get this game underway. This My Town matchup here on My Town TV, tonight's game fueled by Clark's Pump and Shop and presented by Big Sandy Superstore. We're going to take another break. We'll probably have to come back and then go out again, but we'll take another break. And when we come back, hopefully we'll be closer to first pitch here in this My Town matchup between Spring Valley and Huntington High in softball. We'll be back right after this.
Trust is something earned, not given. Better financials lead to a better life. All with the Better Bank, headquartered in Boyd County and serving the tri-state. KFB, the bank you trust and the community you love.
Pathways has been around for over half a century, providing quality behavioral health care services for 60 years.
Pathways is your certified community behavioral health care clinic. Learn more at pathways-ky.org. Expert care, backed by experience.
Hi, this is Clay from Pollock's Jewelers. So much has changed, especially over the last 30 years. Now the latest craze, lab-grown diamonds. As the only certified gemologist appraiser in the tri-state area, happy to help you. Thanks again for all your support and friendship over the years. We'll see you soon.
All right, folks, we are back. We have umpires. They are at the plate and exchanging lineups, talking to both coaches and the captains. We'll have to step out for our national anthem as we don't want our feed to get dropped. But tonight's My Town matchup, Spring Valley, Huntington High, fueled by Clark's Pump and Shop, presented by Big Sandy Superstore. Real quickly, your lineups again for the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. It's Spring Valley, Layla Marshall will be at third base and lead off. Emily Smith in center field. Addie Walls at shortstop. Patton Dishman will be the cleanup hitter behind the plate. Addie Lowe will be in right field. Brooklyn Ellis will be in the circle. Katie Dallas will be the designated designated player. Zoe Rice in left field. Macy Green at second base and Peyton Sullivan at first base. For the home team, the Huntington Highlanders, it'll be Aubrey Thomas will lead off and play shortstop. Mila Miller will be in center field and bat second. Amira Stubblefield will be at first base. Batting fourth will be the catcher, Macy McGinnis. Ellie Fay will be in right field. Riley Hedrick will be in the circle. Jayla King will bat seventh. She'll be at third base. And Marie Chung will be in left field. Batting eighth, and Alani Sharp will be in not in right field. She'll bat ninth. She'll be at second base. And as I told you, two other games tonight on My Town TV right beside of us. 7 o'clock first pitch is scheduled for baseball action here from Huntington High. Spring Valley and Huntington High. Ryan Parker will bring you the action on that one. First pitch scheduled for 7 p.m. Also, baseball action over in Kentucky. In the 16th region, it will be Boyd County traveling to Rowan County, 6 p.m. is scheduled for the first pitch. So it looks like we're about ready to get started. We will have introductions.
All right, everybody, welcome. Huntington High Athletics would like to welcome everybody to this season's opener.
And as I said, 1-2 Spring Valley, 0-2 Huntington High.
Starting with your visiting Timberwolves, your starting lineups.
They will introduce the starting lineups. As I ran down, Marshall will be leading off. Then it'll be Emily Smith, Addie Wells. Patton Dishman will be behind the plate. Addie Lowe will be in right field. Brooklyn Ellis will be in the circle. Katie Dallas will be the designated player. Zoe Rice in left. Macy Green will be at second base, and Peyton Sullivan will be at first base.
Number 22, Macy Green. And number 7, Peyton Sullivan. As well, joining them will be number 1, Avery Shute. Number 2, Kadera Dingus. And number 23, Addison Timberlake. Right. And for your Huntington Highlanders.
And so now for Huntington, I'll run those down. Aubrey Thomas.
Number 1, Aubrey Thomas.
Will be at shortstop. Mila Miller will bat second in center field. Amira Stubblefield will be at first base.
22, Amira Stubblefield.
And Macy McGinnis will be behind the plate, bat fourth.
Macy McGinnis. Number 24, Ellie Fay.
Ellie Fay will be in right field, followed by Riley Hedrick. Then Jayla King.
7, Jayla King.
And then in left field, batting eighth, will be Marie Chung. And Alani Sharp will be at second base. So we are going to take a break for the national anthem, and we'll be back with action on this My Town matchup between Spring Valley and Huntington High right after this break.
Whoa, hey, fellas. You know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
Tom?
Now entering Clarks, number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Drayton Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him. From Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, fresh, fuel. Clarks.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking, with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors, starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Ashland Credit Union is proud to offer 10 $1,000 scholarships to empower students taking the next steps on their journey. See website for more details or email scholarships@ashlandcu.org for more information.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for 2.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap, rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
I was tired, wasn't getting very good sleep. I was dragging. I think deep down I knew something was wrong. Felt quite a bit of pain in my chest. Next thing you knew, I was doing a heart cath. I absolutely felt better immediately. Right back to work Monday morning with no kind of complications whatsoever. I know a lot about heating and air conditioning, but you guys are the ones that know about hearts.
Inspired Heart Care at UK King's Daughters.
right, folks, we are back. The Highlanders have taken the field, and they are getting their final warm-ups here in the infield, and Hedrick is throwing her first warm-up tosses. Beautiful sunny evening, but a little bit chilly out here this evening. Probably going to be in the upper 40s or so here when we get started. A little deceiving there on the video stream as the sun is bright, but it is a little bit chilly. It's windy off and on. It's been blowing straight in from center and sometimes right to left here at Huntington High. But a beautiful facility here at Huntington High, and we're excited to be here as MyTown TV, our first ever time to be able to partner with Huntington High and Cabell Midland, and we will be their broadcast partners throughout the baseball and softball season. So stay tuned to our social media accounts to be able to stay on top of the schedules that we will have, or at least our broadcast schedule for each of our teams. We now have 7 partner schools for this baseball and softball season. We're excited to be with you. It's now going to be Spring Valley leading off. It'll be Layla Marshall. She'll lead off here in the top of the first. She'll face Riley Hedrick. Hedrick is ready, and here's the first pitch to open the game, and it's fouled down the third baseline. Be strike one on Marshall. Well out in front of that one, fouled it into the fence near the dugout opening on the third base side. Also have baseball action coming to you live here from Huntington as Spring Valley takes on Huntington High. Scheduled first pitch for that is at 7 p.m. as Hedrick will bring the 0-1 to the plate. And that is down and inside. Almost said in the dirt, but since we have turf here, I'll try to say in the turf. I've been around a long time, so calling a game on turf doesn't happen very often for me, but if I say it's in the dirt, you'll know what I mean. So 1-1 here on Marshall. Just underway here in the top of the first inning. And that one's going to stay low, ball 2, 2-1. Hedrick was in the circle last week up at Cabell Midland, a game that ended in 5 with Cabell Midland getting the 11-0 victory over Huntington High. It was their first appearance here on MyTown TV, and this is their first home game that they've appeared on MyTown TV, and excited to be here. 2-1 from Hedrick. Takes something off of that one, and if I had an opening, I might have been able to catch that one as it come right back here at the press box if there was an opening here. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Marshall. Waiting on deck is Emily Smith for Spring Valley. Marshall is the leadoff hitter, so nobody out here. Top of the first inning. That's going to be high and away, and the count's going to go full now on Marshall. She'll check her wristband, and she'll come to the plate for the payoff pitch. That one stays high, ball 4, and Layla Marshall draws a leadoff walk. And Spring Valley has their first base runner on as Emily Smith will now step up to the plate. Center fielder for Spring Valley.
Number 24, Emily Smith.
Here's the first pitch from Hedrick. Swings and squares the bunt. That's a great bunt, and she's going to beat it out. Marshall's going to turn around second, go all the way to third with no one covering. And Emily Smith gets an infield single on a great bunt there. Placed it right between the pitcher and the third baseline. And we now have Spring Valley as Addie Walls comes to the plate. I think I called her Wells there earlier, and I apologize to Addie if I did that. Addie Walls, the shortstop, has an opportunity here with 2 runners on, nobody out. as Emily Smith got the bunt down and got an infield single, and Marshall heads up base running, got to third base with no one covering as the third baseman for Huntington High charged on the bunt. First pitch, and now Smith is going to take the base at second. And so now it's going to be runners at second and third. But King did a nice job charging on that bunt, but no one come to cover third, and Marshall with the heads-up base running got around to third. So runners at second and third. 0-1 count on Walls. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike now. Hedrick in a jam here at the top of the first inning. 1-1 pitch. And that is hit into right field for a base hit by Walls, and that's going to score 2 as Marshall and Smith will come around on the 2 RBI base hit for Addie Walls, and Spring Valley goes up quickly 2-0.
Now for Spring Valley, number 3, Peyton Dishman.
So Dishman will now step in. Peyton Dishman takes strike 1, throw down, and Walls is going to steal second. Dishman took strike 1. 0-1 with a runner on second is Walls. Dishman, the cleanup hitter, swings and misses and is now down 0-2. Addie Lowe on deck for Spring Valley. Dishman will now choke up a little bit on the bat, shorten that swing a little bit on an 0-2 count. Spring Valley's pushed across 2 runs. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Hedrick. That one's going to stay high, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hedrick now ready for the 1-2. Swing and a miss and gets the strikeout. That's the first out of the inning. So 1 down, and now right fielder Addie Lowe will come to the plate. And she takes strike 1. So Hedrick ahead of Lowe. Brooklyn Ellis on deck for Spring Valley. Hedrick delivers, and that one stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's going to be fouled out of play down the right field line. It's going to go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the pitch, and it's grounded back to second base, scooped up there by Sharp over to Stubblefield and gets the out. But Walls is going to move up to third base. So now it's going to be Brooklyn Ellis.
Now for
the pitcher.
Number 45, Brooklyn Ellis.
Now Ellis will step in. 2 down. Top of the first inning, runner on third. Spring Valley with the early 2-0 lead. Swing and a miss by Ellis. Strike one. Hedrick's ready, and here's the 0-1. Ellis hits that into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Ellis is going to round first, and she's going to go into second, standing up with a 2-out RBI double for Brooklyn Ellis as Walls comes in from third to score. Spring Valley now up 3-0. And I believe we will have a courtesy runner for Spring Valley.
Number 16, Katie Dallas.
Kadera Dingus will come in to run for Ellis at second base, courtesy runner for the pitcher. Katie Dallas now, the designated player for Spring Valley, will come to the plate. 2 down, runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike one. That one was a little high, but Hedrick got Dallas to chase that one. No balls, 1 strike. 3-0 Spring Valley, runner on second. 2 down here in the top of the first. That's fouled back, and it's now 0-2 on Dallas. Hedrick trying to get out of the inning. Well ahead in the count here at 0-2. She comes to the plate. And that's going to be outside, and the runner's going to move up. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Dingus, who ran for Ellis, is now at third. So even an error or something, a pass ball or something like that could score a run here at the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a strikeout, and that will do it in the top of the first inning, but not before Spring Valley gets 3 runs on 3 base hits and 1 runner left. So at the end of a half an inning, it's Spring Valley 3, Huntington coming to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll be back right after this.
Life moves fast and the moments don't wait. The first steps, the first home, the dreams you work so hard for. Where you place your trust matters. At Members Choice Credit Union, we're here for every milestone. Through the hard days, the hopeful days, and everything in between. Your money, your future, your choice.
Pick 6 for $19.99 is the perfect meal for 2.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here for pick 6.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
6 kids.
6!
Pick 6!
Wait, could we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
All right, folks, we are back, headed to the bottom of the first inning. Spring Valley plated 3 runs on 3 base hits in the top of the first to take the quick 3-0 lead here at Huntington High. For Huntington High, they will send Thomas, Miller, and Stubblefield to the plate, the first 3 to face pitcher, Spring Valley's pitcher, Brooklyn Ellis for Spring Valley. Their defensive alignment, Ellis in the circle, Dishman behind the plate. Third around to first is Marshall, Walls, Green, and Sullivan, and left to right is Rice, Smith, and Lowe. So now Aubrey Thomas will come to the plate. Here's the first pitch by Ellis. And that's going to stay out of the zone, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. And that was going to, looks like it's going to stay high again, 2-0. Ellis looking for the strike zone here. And takes something off of that one and gets it right in the middle of the zone, 2-1. And that's hit in between short and third, and Aubrey Thomas will lead this bottom of the first off with a solid base hit into left field. Puts a runner on to start the bottom of the first for Huntington. Mila Miller will now step to the plate. She takes ball one. Miller steps back in. The 1-0 from Ellis. She squares the bunt. Right back at us again, and that'll be foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Same strategy Spring Valley used in the top of the inning as the number 2 hitter squared the bunt and was able to get a base hit out of it, and the runner went all the way around to third. That started the rally. That stays high. Nice stab there by the catcher, Dishman. Thought that was going to get over her head, but she did a nice job jumping up there to grab it. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Mila Miller, the number 2 hitter. Runner on first is Aubrey Thomas. Led off with a base hit. Swing and a miss by Miller, strike 2. Or that was strike 3 because there was a foul ball. Excuse me, that is a strikeout. I didn't write that down on my score sheet. It's early in the season for the announcers too, folks. I apologize for that. So 1 down. Mira Stubblefield will step in for Huntington. And that one stays low, ball 1. Macy McGinnis is on deck for Huntington High. Got a runner on, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, Spring Valley with a 3-0 lead. Pitch from Ellis. And that's going to be out of the zone, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. And that's high and in, but it gets a swing and a miss. And Ellis gets the strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Swing and a miss on that was a changeup. They throw down to first. Thomas is back safely. Count evens now, 2 balls, 2 strikes on the number 3 hitter Stubblefield. She'll now choke up on the bat a little bit, shorten her swing with 2 strikes. And swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down now as cleanup hitter Macy McGinnis will come to the plate with 1 on, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. McGinnis swing and a miss, strike 1. McGinnis now steps back into the batter's box. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Throw down to first, and Thomas is back safely again. So Ellis ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. It's going to stay high and out of the zone, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouled straight back again. Count will hold at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Thomas on first. Bottom of the first inning. 3-0. Spring Valley with the lead. And that's fouled out of play again. Outside. Ball 2. And just off the plate, the count will go full. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Strikes out the side. Ellis does after giving up a leadoff single. So no runs on 1 hit, no one left on, no errors at the end of 1 complete. Spring Valley 3 and Huntington nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Whoa, hey, fellas. You know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
Tom?
Now entering Clark's number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Braden Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him, from Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, refresh, fuel. Clark's.
At Big Sandy Superstore, we support factories and workers right here in the USA. We're always looking for American-made brands that are built to last and made to matter. Because American-made means jobs and opportunities in our communities. You'll get big savings on American-made brands when you shop right here and can feel good knowing you're supporting your neighbors, friends, and family. Built here, sold here. Big Sandy Superstore.
All right, folks, we are back heading to the top of the second inning. For Spring Valley, it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters scheduled to come to the plate. Zoe Rice, Macy Green, Peyton Sullivan will face Riley Hedrick as she comes out to start her second inning of work, with Spring Valley leading 3-0 here in the top of the second. Spring Valley got a walk, a single, or 2 singles, and then a double that drove in the 3 runs of the top of the first. Huntington responded with a single, leadoff single by Aubrey Thomas, but she was stranded at first as the next 3 hitters, all 3 struck out against Brooklyn Ellis. And that's where we stand now at the end of 1, 3-0. Spring Valley with the lead. So Zoe Rice will step in. Takes first pitch, ball inside. One and 0. And that's fouled out of play down the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's going to be ball 2. 2-1. Hedrick now ready for the 2-0, or excuse me, the 1-1 pitch. It's now 2-1. Or excuse me, 3-1. I was off too. Umpire just showed 3-1, so 3 balls and a strike. And Rice draws a walk. So for the second inning in a row, Spring Valley gets their leadoff runner on. It's now going to be Macy Green to come to the plate.
Spring Valley, number 22, Macy Green.
Runner on. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Squares to bunt, and a nice bunt right back to Hedrick. She'll pick up, throw over to first, and that is going to be Sharp covering. And nice sacrifice bunt there by Macy Green. And 1-4 put out. Advances the runner. So I had to bring up the number 9 hitter, Peyton Sullivan. Or excuse me. Had it as it's going to be Marshall stepping in.
Now back to number 23, Layla Marshall.
And I looked down there and I didn't have her. That's the Peyton Sullivan is in the field and not hitting because of the designated player. 1-0. Marshall hits that one hard into center field. It's going back, and that is going to be gone. A 2-run home run by Layla Marshall puts Spring Valley now up 5-0 as Zoe Rice will score ahead of her. And a shot by Layla Marshall. And we might have a little bit of an injury as Miller was heading back to field that one. She might have stepped in a hole running. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Once it went over the fence, I started looking back. So I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, it'll be Emily Smith at the plate for Spring Valley. We'll be back right after this.
They say products aren't built to last, and that they just don't make things like they used to. Since 1953, Big Sandy's been serving our customers quality and reliability at a great price. And that's why we're proud to carry Speed Queen, quality washers and dryers built here in America, with commercial-grade metal parts and backed by industry-leading warranties. Get the guaranteed lowest price and fast delivery on all Speed Queen appliances at Big Sandy's Superstore.
With Ashland Credit Union's Community Spirit Card Program, every swipe supports what matters most: our students, our schools, and our community. From morning coffee to Friday night lights, show your spirit everywhere you go.
Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down. Ooh. Put your phone.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Pick 6 for $19.99 is the perfect meal for 2.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here for pick 6.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
6 kids.
6!
Pick 6!
Wait, could we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
All right, folks, we are back. Looks like Mila Miller is going to stay in the game. It's good to see. I think she slipped or stepped in the hole or something. I think it was a knee or ankle. She seems to be flexing that knee, so we hope that she's all right. It'll now be Emily Smith after the 2-run home run by Layla Marshall makes it 5-0 Spring Valley with the lead here in the top of the second inning. Hedrick ready to come to the plate. Emily Smith at the plate. She is 1 for 1 on the day. She singled, stole a base, and scored a run back in the first inning and takes ball 1. And that is a grounder between short and third, and that's going to be a base hit. So Smith is now 2 for 2 on the day, and she'll get on base for the number 3 hitter, Addie Walls. Addie had a 2 RBI single and stole a base back in the first and came around to score. So Spring Valley threatening again. Only one down here in the top of the second, and that is going to be a stolen base as Smith's able to get in there before the throw. She'll move into scoring position for Addie Walls, but led off with a Zoe Ross walk, a sacrifice bunt by Macy Green, and then Layla Marshall hit a 2-run home run to dead center field, followed by a single by Emily Smith and a stolen base. And it's 1-0, and it's now going to be 2-0 on Addie Walls. Runner on second is Emily Smith. Spring Valley trying to get some more runs here as they're already up 5-0. That's fouled away. Strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Hedrick. It's going to stay high, ball 3, 3-1. And she's going down to third, and she's going to be in there safe as Smith takes third base. I apologize, had my head down to write down 3-1 and look up, and Smith is headed to third. So 3-1 on Walls. Hedrick will come to the plate, and that's going to stay high, ball 4. So Addie Walls draws a walk. Big rally here for Spring Valley. Still only 1 away, 2 on, only 1 down. And Peyton Dishman will come to the plate. She struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1 on the day. Big opportunity here for Dishman. Wouldn't be surprised to see Walls try to take second base and put another runner in scoring position for Spring Valley. That's strike 1 on the inside part of the plate, and Walls does take second as it's now 0-1 on Peyton Dishman. 2 runners in scoring position. Base hit will push Spring Valley up to 7-0 lead. They lead 5-0 at the moment. 1 down here in the top of the second inning. That's popped up in the air out in Stubblefield, gets it in foul territory for the out. So a big out there for Hedrick and Huntington High, as that's the second out of the inning, and now Addie Lowe will come to the plate. She grounded to the second baseman and sacrificed the runner. So she has no official at bat. Credited with a sacrifice by my count in the scorebook. And here's the first pitch to Lowe. Lowe pops that one in the air, right to the first baseman on the foul territory, and Stubblefield grabs that one to end the inning, but not before Spring Valley pushes two across on 2 base hits, leave 2 runners on, and at the end of 1.5, it's Spring Valley 5, Huntington 0. We'll be back right after this.
With Ashland Credit Union's Community Spirit Card Program, every swipe supports what matters most: our students, our schools, and our community. From morning coffee to Friday night lights, show your spirit everywhere you go.
Hi, this is Clay from Pollock's Jewelers. So much has changed, especially over the last 30 years. Now the latest craze, lab-grown diamonds. As the only certified gemologist appraiser in the tri-state area, happy to help you. Thanks again for all your support and friendship over the years. We'll see you soon.
When you're stressed, you come get a massage, it just melts it away. I started having major muscle spasms, and the pain was so excruciating, I couldn't move my left arm. I was wondering how I was going to support my family. From the get-go, they made me feel important, that I wasn't just another patient. I knew immediately when I woke up after surgery, I was free of pain. My future looked a little brighter.
Inspired neurosurgical care at UK.
All right, folks, we are back and getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. And it'll be Fay, Hedrick, and King to come to the plate. Mila Miller still gingerly walking on that leg and having it checked out. Hope she's all right. Still not sure. I think she slipped or maybe twisted that as she was headed towards that home run ball hit by Marshall back in the top of the inning. But we're ready to go here to start the bottom of the second. As I said, it'll be Fay, Hedrick, and King will come to the plate. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Spring Valley leading 5-0. Fay hits that one hard on the ground to second and over for the putout. Green to Sullivan. Quickly one away. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. So now the pitcher, Riley Hedrick, will come to the plate for Huntington.
Batting for Huntington, number 19, Riley Hedrick.
Hedrick batting 6th in the order tonight. Here's the first pitch from Ellis. And that's going to be ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's going to stay high, ball 2. So Hedrick ahead in the count quickly. 2-0. And she grounds that foul down the third baseline. So it's now 2 balls and a strike. And Ellis took something off of that one, off speed pitch, but that stayed out of the zone. It's now 3 balls and a strike to Hedrick. Ellis needs to throw a strike here to avoid putting a runner on. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And that's fouled at the plate off the foot, and when it's cold like that, it's going to hurt double. Hedrick walking it off. If you've ever played baseball or softball, you know what that feels like. And when it's 45 to 50 degrees, it stings just a little bit more when it's that chilly. Hedrick looked like she's ready to step back in with a full count. Nobody on, 1 out here, bottom of the second inning. Spring Valley with 5-0 lead. And that's in the air, into left field. Coming in is Rice, and she's not able to get it. Hedrick's going to round first. She's going to go into second. She's going to be safe. Nice hustle by Hedrick to not give up on that one and picks up the double. One out here in the bottom of the second. It's going to bring up Jayla King. So Huntington with an opportunity here, their first threat. First time they've had a runner in scoring position, and I think we're going to have a courtesy runner for Huntington. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be for Hedrick. Let's see who they send in. It's number 18. I'd have my jacket on too if I was going out there. Looked like it was number 18 when she.
For number 19, number 3, Addie Stubblefield.
Addie Stubblefield will go to second base to run for Hedrick, as the first pitch to Jayla King is ball 1, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to stay high, ball 2, 2-0. So Huntington flirting with putting a run on the board here. As I said, if that Hedrick double's gotten their first runner here in this game into scoring position, and King ahead in the count, 2-0. And that's hit hard, but just foul on a line drive by King. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Ellis. And that's going to be strike 2 that caught just the upper part, I believe, of the strike zone. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second, bottom of the second inning. Here's the 2-2 from Ellis. Stays just inside, ball 3. Count goes full on Jayla King. Marie Chung is on deck for Huntington High. Full count now, 1 down. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Ellis gets the strikeout for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Marie Chung.
Number 16, Marie Chung.
So Chung with an opportunity, a base hit, will score a run. And that is a grounder down third, and that's going to be fair. Scooped up and over, and got her at first base for the third out of the inning. So no runs on 1 base hit, 1 runner left at the end of 2 complete. It's Spring Valley 5 and Huntington nothing. We'll be back with the third inning right after this.
We know your time is valuable. That's why banking should be easy. With personal alerts on our banking app, you can be notified of what's important to you. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Pathways has been around for over half a century, providing quality behavioral health care services for 60 years.
Pathways is your certified community behavioral health care clinic. Learn more at pathways-ky.org. Expert care, backed by experience.
All right, folks, we are back, headed to the third inning. It's Spring Valley 5, Huntington 0. Spring Valley with 3 in the first, 2 in the top of the second, and now we are headed to the top of the third inning. for Spring Valley. They will bring to the plate scheduled Brooklyn Ellis, Katie Dallas, and then Zoe Rice will schedule to come to the plate. And we do have...
All right, now batting for Spring Valley, number 15, Brooklyn Ellis.
I think we've got a change
45, I'm sorry. 45.
in the outfield here. I'll try to figure that out for you for Huntington High. Looks like Chung has moved to center as Ellis pops that one away. Oh and 1. Hits that one hard in the left center field. That's going back, and it's going to be just in front of the fence. And Ellis is going to be into second base with a double to lead off the inning. And it looks like Emma Williams is in right field. So it looks like Chung went to center, Williams in right, and I think Faye is in left now for Huntington High. Squares to bunt, and it's fouled at the plate. And looks like Dingus came in to run for Ellis as she did in the last inning. And it was a foul ball on the bunt, so it's 0-1 on Katie Dallas. With a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top of the third inning, Spring Valley already leading 5-0, looking for more. That's hit hard into right center field. That's going to get all the way to the fence, and runner's going to score. Dallas is going to stay at second. She thought about coming home or coming around to go to third, but she stopped right there and gets an RBI double as Dingus comes around to score. And it's now 6-0 as Zoe Rice will come to the plate for Spring Valley. Zoe Rice on the day has walked and came around to score a run. And Riley Hedrick wants a new softball here. She gets it, and she's ready to step back in the pitching circle and head up to the pitching rubber, and she's ready to go. Runner on second, nobody out. Spring Valley up 6-0 here in the top of the third. Squares to bunt, and that's fouled away. 0-1. Macy Green on deck, and then Spring Valley will turn the order over and be back at the top of the order. 0-1 on Zoe Rice. High and inside. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's going to be ball 2. 2-1. Two-one from Hedrick. That's going to stay high, ball 3. So Zoe Rice ahead in the count, 3-1, runner on second. Nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Spring Valley's already pushed a run across, increasing their lead to 6-0. And that is ball 4 low, and Zoe Rice draws her second walk of the game, and that's going to bring up Macy Green, who laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second inning to push Rice into scoring position. So she does not have an official at bat on the day, as she had a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. Hedrick will come to the plate. That's high. Ball 1. And the 1-0. That's fouled out of play. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's hit into right field. And that's going to fall inside and be a fair ball. Coming around from second, and the runner's going to be safe, as that is going to be Dallas is going to come all the way around to score. Rice will move to third, and Green will get the RBI base hit.
All right, back to the top of the lineup for Spring Valley, number 23.
Dallas had to wait to see if that one was going to be caught, and it kept curving to the foul line and fell about a foot inside the right field line. Williams picked it up, but could not get an out, and you've got runners on second and third, nobody out. And it's going to be Layla Marshall to come to the plate, who hit a shot into center field for a 2-run home run the last time she was at the plate. She is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk, scored 2 runs, and has 2 RBIs with that home run. And a swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Hedrick as she took something off of that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Layla Marshall. All sitting out there for her. She could drive a couple more runs in with a base hit here. Runners on second and third. Rice on third and Green on second for Spring Valley. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. That one's going to be outside and gets past the catcher. Runner's going to come home and will score as Rice scores after the ball gets past the catcher. Green will move up to third, and that pushes another run across to make it 8-0 Spring Valley. Marshall now ready. It's 2-1 on her with a runner on third, nobody out. Marshall takes that one high. It's going to be ball 3, 3-1. On deck is Emily Smith for Spring Valley. Hedrick getting the sign from the dugout. She'll come to the plate with the 3-1. And Marshall hits that one high, and that's going to get out of play. And it'll just be a long strike, and it'll bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for Spring Valley, Layla Marshall. Base hit will give her her 3rd RBI of the day, if she can connect. Full count. Runner on third is Macy Green. Emily Smith on deck for Spring Valley. And that's even further foul. Hope she doesn't hit my car up there in the parking lot. She hit that one a long way. she definitely has some power, especially even on a cold day like today. And here is the payoff pitch once again. And a swing and a miss, and Marshall strikes out. Looks like that Hedrick took a little bit off of that one and slowed it down just a touch and got Marshall to swing and miss to get the first out here in the top of the third inning. It'll now be Emily Smith, who is 2 for 2 on the day with 2 stolen bases and scored a run. That's going to stay high, ball 1. Addie Walls on deck for Spring Valley, and I'm sure Spring Valley'd love to push this run across that they've got on third for sure. Try to add another run to this lead. They already lead 8-0 here in the top of the third inning. And that is a base hit right back up the middle, and that's going to score a run. And Emily Smith now has her third base hit of the day and her first RBI of the day. As Macy Green comes across and scores, it's now 9-0. Now Addie Walls will come to the plate. And I think we're going to have maybe I don't know if we're going to have a change or not. We're going to have at least a timeout to talk at the pitching circle. Let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be back right after this.
Whoa, hey, fellas. You know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
Tom?
Now entering Clarks, number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Braden Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him. From Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, refresh, fuel. Clarks.
We know your time is valuable. That's why banking should be easy. With personal alerts on our banking app, you can be notified of what's important to you. People's Bank, working together, building.
All right, folks, we're back. Top of the third inning. Spring Valley leading 9-0. Runner on first is Emily Smith. Addie Walls at the plate. Only one out here in the top of the third inning. Walls on the day is 1 for 1 with a walk, a single with 2 RBIs, and stolen base, and she scored a run. And there goes the runner, and Smith is there with her third stolen base of the day. Another runner in scoring position for Spring Valley. So 1 ball and no strikes on Walls. That's low, ball 2, 2-0. Cleanup hitter Peyton Dishman on deck for Spring Valley. Walls steps back in, 2-0 count on her, 1 down, runner on second. Top of the third inning. And that's going to be a base hit. No, it's not. It's going to stay. Oh, and the center fielder there, Chung, misplayed it just a touch. It bounced off her glove, and that's going to be an error, but a run's going to score as Smith will come around to score. Thought it was going to stay down. It stayed up, and Chung almost got it and popped off of her glove, and now it's Peyton Dishman who will come to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to the first baseman and struck out in the first inning. Spring Valley getting close to batting around here in this inning as Dishman comes to the plate as the number 4 hitter, and Brooklyn Ellis was the number 6 hitter that opened this inning. And it looks like we have another meeting at the mound. And I think we're going to have maybe a pitching change. Let's see if that's going to happen, and if it is, we'll take a break and come back, and I believe that's what's going to happen. So let's take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll see what the pitching change is for Huntington High right after this here on MyTown TV.
We know your time is valuable. That's why
Pathways has been around for over half a century, providing quality behavioral health care services for 60 years.
Pathways is your certified community behavioral health care clinic. Learn more at pathways-ky.org. Expert care, backed by experience.
All right, folks, we are back. Alani Sharp is now going to go in the circle for Huntington, and it looks like Hedrick's going to move to second, so they're just going to switch positions here. And so Sharp will take over with Spring Valley with a runner at second, which is Addie Walls, who hit a line drive into center. It was misplayed by the center fielder, and she got on and run come around to score in Emily Smith to give you this 10-0 lead here between Spring Valley and Huntington High. Only one out here in the top of the third inning. Peyton Dishman will step in. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Pop out to the first baseman and a strikeout. And Lonnie Sharp will get set to come to the plate. That's fouled out of play. Strike one on Dishman. Addie Lowe's on deck for Spring Valley. Dishman hits that one high in the air. Chung going back. She comes in and makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and Walls will move up as Dishman gets the sacrifice fly, but that gives Huntington the second out of the inning.
Batting up for Spring Valley, number 20, Addie Lowe.
I'm not sure what. Umpire's looking something at Sharp's arm or something there. I'm not sure what he's looking at. So let's looks like they're going to have a looks like she might have some type of bracelet on her wrist or something. I'm not sure what's what. So let's take a quick 1-minute break till we get this figured out. We'll be back right after this.
Mom, what's for dinner?
I was tired, wasn't getting very good sleep. I was dragging. I think deep down I knew something was wrong. Felt quite a bit of pain in my chest. Next thing you knew, I was doing a heart cath. I absolutely felt better immediately. Right back to work Monday morning with no kind of complications whatsoever. I know a lot about heating and air conditioning, but you guys are the ones that know about hearts.
Inspired Heart Care at UK King's Daughters.
All right, folks, we are back. I guess we've got everything squared away now on the wrist of Sharp. So now we're ready to go. Addie Lowe will step into the batter's box. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a pop out. She's the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning. And that strike on the corner. Runner's going to come in as it gets past the catcher, and Walls will score, make it 11-0. Strike one on Lowe. As Brooklyn Ellis is on deck, she led off the top of the third with a double. And that's a ball inside, ball one. Fouled away, strike two. That's going to be fouled now to play again, so it'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's going to stay high and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to be high, ball 3. High in the air to center field, and Chung went too far back, and that's going to land in front of her, and that's going to be a base hit for Lowe.
Batting now for Spring Valley, number 25,
Brooklyn Ellis, who led off this inning with a double and came around to score, or her courtesy runner Dingus came around to score, will step back in as that's high and inside. Runner's going to go, and it's up the line, but the runner's able to get in there as Lowe gets the stolen base. And it's 1-0 on Brooklyn Ellis. She bats for the second time in this inning. Spring Valley up 11-0, 2 down. Runner on second. Ellis is going to foul that one out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's inside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Ellis hits that one to short, and it gets under her glove, and it's going to go into the outfield, and Ellis will get on. And Lowe will come around to score. It's now 12-0, Spring Valley. So now Dingus will come in and run for Ellis. Well, Katie Dallas will now come to the plate. Base hit and an RBI. She is 1 for 2, also a strikeout today. And runner is going, and it's going to be in there as Dingus takes second. Puts the runner in scoring position. 1-0 on Dallas. And that's going to be a ball inside, 2-0. Sharp here with a 2-0 pitch. That's outside and gets past the catcher. Runner's going to move up in Dingus, and that'll be a runner on third. 3-0 count on Dallas. On Dallas. Batter on deck would be Zoe Rice. And that is strike one as Dallas takes the pitch. 3-1. 2 down. Top of the third inning. Spring Valley was 7 here in the top of the third. Now leads 12-0. That's a base hit off of the third baseman's glove. King, shortstop, picks it up. Unable to get there on a hot shot by Dallas, and runner's going to score. King with a nice play to knock it down, just couldn't handle the hot shot. Now it's going to be Zoe Rice, who doesn't have an at-bat today, as she's walked twice but come around to score twice as well. That last run makes it Spring Valley 13, Huntington nothing. And that's going to stay high from Sharp. And that is hit towards Hedrick at second. Bounces up and takes a tough hop, and everybody's going to be safe. And so now Macy Green will come to the plate. She's 1 for 1 on the day, has a sacrifice bunt and an RBI double, and she also scored a run earlier in this inning. Spring Valley runners on first and second as Green steps into the plate. And that bounces, and McGinnis knocks it down and saves the runners from moving up. Pitch from Sharp stays high, ball 2, 2-0. Stays high again, 3-0. Layla Marshall is on deck. All right, 3-0. And that's going to stay high, ball 4. Now they've walked the bases loaded. So now Layla Marshall will come to the plate. She is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, a strikeout, a 2-run home run, and she also scored another run in the first inning after that walk. And that's going to be strike 1 on the inside corner for Marshall. Oh, and that hits Marshall. And so she's going to get on first base. That's going to bring a run in. All the runners will move up. So Rice will go to third, Green to second, Marshall to first, and now Emily Smith will come to the plate. That pushes across the 14th run of the game. And that's going to be a base hit into center field, and that's going to score at least 2. And so Rice and Green will come around to score. So a double by Smith. Marshall moves up to third. Smith to second. Or excuse me, Smith stayed at first. I apologize. I had that down as a double, but That's popped in the air, and that will end it, but not before Spring Valley pushes across 11 runs on, it looks like, 5 base hits, two runners left at the end of 2.5. It's Spring Valley 16, Huntington nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Mom, what's for dinner?
Trust is something earned, not given. Better financials lead to a better life. All with the Better Bank, headquartered in Boyd County and serving the tri-state. KFB, the bank you trust and the community you love.
When life throws you a full court press, Ashland Community and Technical College helps you break through. This is your comeback. Get in the game at ashland.kctcs.edu.
All right, folks, we are back, headed to the bottom of the third inning as Peyton Dishman is just now coming out. I believe she was on deck when the top of the inning ended for Spring Valley. It's been all Spring Valley. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 11 in the third. They now lead 16-0. Going to the bottom of the third as Alani Sharp will come to the plate. Be her first at bat tonight.
Number 6, Alani Sharp.
Here's Brooklyn Ellis, and she throws strike one. It's been a while since she's been out on the hill. That long top of the third inning for Spring Valley as they pushed 11 across. Swing and a miss for Sharp. 0-2 quickly. Ellis ahead in the count. And that's strike 3 called. So Ellis gets a 3-pitch strikeout to open the bottom of the third inning. Now that'll bring up Aubrey Thomas. Thomas has Huntington's lone hit. She led off the bottom of the first with a base hit in the left field, and that's been the only hit that Huntington has been able to muster here tonight against Brooklyn Ellis. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Thomas. That's going to be ball 2. And the umpire's got time now as we are hearing the national anthem from the baseball field. right after that pause over on the baseball field as they're getting ready to get started over there. Same two teams, Spring Valley and Huntington. Reminder here, it's 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out on leadoff hitter Aubrey Thomas for Huntington here in the bottom of the third. And that's going to be ball 2. And we're going to go, that's ball 4. So Thomas will get on with a walk. Now Emma Williams will come to the plate. She came in, replaced Mila Miller, and then she moved over to right field after Miller had an injury. Be her first time at the plate, and that's ball 1 high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 from Ellis. And it's 2-0. One on, one out. Bottom of the third inning. Spring Valley leading 16-0. We got time. I'm going to come out and talk to Ellis. I'm sure the conversation is, hey, we just need to throw strikes. We've got a big lead here. It's 16-0 here in the third. Don't get too fancy. Throw strikes. Let your defense help you out. And we can close this one out early on a run rule victory. So that's my expectation there. Just a reminder, if you are tuning in, Huntington High baseball just getting started. Spring Valley and Huntington High, we had our announcer had a medical emergency, so he was unable to make it, and I'm going to try to do double duty. If this one gets done here fairly soon, I will move over and pick up the baseball game whenever I'm able to get over there to finish this one off. So now 2-0 on Williams. And that is grounded down the first baseline. That was just foul. It's going to be strike 1. 2-1 on Williams. And a swing, and that one was tipped just a little bit, but Dishman able to catch it. Either way, it would have been a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Williams. And that's strike 3 on the corner. 2 outs now. Myra Stubblefield will now swing and a miss, strike 1. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a throw down, runner back safe. Swing and a miss. Ball gets past Dishman. Thomas is going to move up to second, but it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the 1-2, fouled away. Swing and a miss. It gets past the catcher, and the runner's going to be safe after the pass ball. So now it's going to bring up Macy McGinnis. So now we're going to have a pinch hitter, it looks like. And that's going to be Addie Stubblefield will bat. She takes strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pitch from Ellis. That's a grounder to short. Scooped up and over to first, and that will do it for that inning and for the ball game. That was 6-3, and at the end, it's 16-0. Spring Valley with the win. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and wrap this one up here from Huntington High right after this.
Whoa, hey, fellas. You know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
Tom?
Now entering Clarks, number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Braden Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him, from Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, fresh, fuel. Clarks.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking, with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors, starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan Home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Ashland Credit Union is proud to offer 10 $1,000 scholarships to empower students taking the next steps on their journey. See website for more details or email scholarships@ashlandcu.org for more information.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for 2.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
I was tired, wasn't getting very good sleep. I was dragging. I think deep down I knew something was wrong. Felt quite a bit of pain in my chest. Next thing you knew, I was doing a heart cath. I absolutely felt better immediately. Right back to work Monday morning with no kind of complications whatsoever. I know a lot about heating and air conditioning, but you guys are the ones that know about hearts.
Inspired Heart Care at UK King's Daughters.
All right, folks, we are back. Spring Valley gets the win in the My Town matchup here at Huntington High. 16-0 victory over Huntington High. Spring Valley went with 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and put an 11 spot up in the third inning and won this one going away 16-0. Aubrey Thomas had the only hit that I see on my scorebook for Huntington High. Layla Marshall had a 2-run home run for Spring Valley. Brooklyn Ellis went the distance and also had 2 doubles and an RBI for Spring Valley. Two RBIs, 2 base hits for Katie Dallas. Zoe Rice got on base 3 separate times, scored all 3 times. Also Macy Green, a double, an RBI, a sacrifice, a base on balls, and scored a run. So big win for Spring Valley over Huntington High. Appreciate you tuning in. I wouldn't get out of here so quick, but I'm going to have to go right next door. We had an announcer that had a medical emergency, and I'm going to go over there and try to cover the rest of the Spring Valley Huntington High baseball game that just got started. Looks like they are in maybe still just finished the top of the first inning. So I'll head over there, and we'll be calling that one. We also have Boyd County and Rowan County going on in baseball over in Kentucky. Appreciate you tuning in. Really enjoyed bringing you Spring Valley at Huntington High in softball. Again, your final score, Spring Valley 16, Huntington nothing. Appreciate you tuning in. For my cameraman Jeremy and my producer Grant, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Miller. Good night, everybody.